My commentary was off. Okay. That should fix things. My commentary was off that whole entire time. I was actually trying to figure out what was happening. So there we go. Okay, I've got to mute myself, otherwise I'm going to go crazy. So I'm going to have the chat room off to the side here. Let's see if I can... Oh my, this is going to be quite interesting. I have actually never done a setup like this before. So the chat room is going to be over here. I'm going to play the game. And yes, okay, so what are we going to do today? Today, well, first of all, I am recording at a very weird time. It is a Tuesday. It is 4:17, as you can actually see by the corner of the screen right over there. But right now, we are trying to build a redstone maze. So I've already got the maze laid out on a... I actually have a DSi XL, and with Inchworm Studio, I was able to just mark out a grid. And how this is going to work, I really wish I had a map to show you guys, but how this is going to work is that we have all of these different colors. These colors are going to correspond with levers that you pull inside of this maze. So let's try and actually do an example right now. So let's see here. Let's pick block. Lime, nah, we need the red. Red's actually the one we're going to use for the map. So why not actually use red right now? So what we gotta do is, because this is at the edge, we can probably just replace these blocks in all honesty. So there's going to be a red block. Nah, we're going to have the redstone lamp over there. Red block here, lever, pull it down, light turns on, indicating that that whole entire system's on. So what that's going to link to is pistons that will unlock another section of the maze. I'm going to look at the map really quickly here just to see what section it unlocks. So this is what it's going to pull. So if I look for pistons... Oh, my caps lock's on. Anyway, that doesn't matter. So I can get sticky pistons right here. So we're on the Bedrock version, so that's kind of why the menus are awful. But we're going to ignore that for now. If we just do that, and that, we can have color corresponded blocks here that will link to this redstone. So what's interesting is that we're actually going to work around the little box here, but that's all right. It'll all work out in the end. We're just going to kind of make it go through. Go through a little hole in the wall so that it can all fit down and be awesome. So what we're going to do, we're going to put that there. Put redstone torches. You see, it's going to be by default, actually by default it's supposed to be off, so we're going to need to make an inverter for this section. But the whole entire point of this maze is that right now, well, not really right now, but in the past I've seen redstone mazes that have just been no, I haven't seen redstone mazes. I've seen adventure map mazes that have kind of been lame. And by that I mean that the mazes have only been a matter of luck to get around. There wasn't really much skill involved to complete a Minecraft maze. It was just you run around kind of randomly, and you eventually are able to make it to the end. And that's kind of not the system I want to go with here. The system I want to go with here, doing redstone on camera is kind of hard. I want to make it so that there's actually skill involved to working out all of these various puzzles. And that... Ooh, I think I just need a repeater. No, I don't. This is perfect. What was I saying? I keep getting sidetracked. The whole entire thing with the other redstone mazes is that they were just normal mazes. You kind of walked through them. You didn't really have like a bunch of holes in the ground or anything. You just kind of went through la-di-da. You went through the different sections. Sometimes you'd get sidetracked and it's like, oh, there's a dead end that way. And there's a dead end this way, and then you get lost in the maze, and you're all like, there are literally no markers. This is just a white room with no markers anywhere around it. That's also kind of the reason why I have this thing color coordinated, is so that you actually know what blocks correspond to what, and it does incorporate a lot more skill into the maze than what was done in most other mazes. And I also realized that I missed a part right here. It's like there are lots of different walls and sections that need to be done with all this redstone. But yeah, if we have the lever down, then those will be up. If we have it up, those will go down. That is exactly what we wanted. Yep. All right. Now, let's go into the other. No, let's continue with red. So this one over here is. Oh no, this one over here is also red. But this one's actually under a different system. So it is by default closed, when in reality we want it to be default open. Seems as though no one's still in the chat room. This is going to be uploaded to Behind the Frontline. If you are watching there, I am very appreciative of you. It's like otherwise really there'd almost be no one watching this intro section. This is just why I'm explaining it all right now, is so that people can understand what's the whole entire point behind all this redstone. So maybe I can just, instead of having that there, I can have a repeater here. And that will make it so that I can go and sneak my way around here. I also want to be careful about all the redstone that will surround this area as well, because there's going to be lots of different regions. I'm going to put it over here because I think looping around this way will actually be much easier than being like over here, because there's going to be another set of pistons here that will get in the way. Let's try and make a trail here. Boom, boom, boom. I almost kind of want this lever to be pulled up just so I can see, or pulled down just so I can see this whole entire line light up. So yeah, this part works. This is definitely like inverting the signal. Some things are really hard to place inside of this Bedrock engine. Yeah, we'll just place down a repeater there. And then that probably should be able to light up the rest of it, honestly. I think this will be far enough. Yep. From what it seems like. Yep. That means that that's down when that's pulled up. And then they switch. That is actually completely intended behavior. I believe that's all of the red that we need done. So then we need to do magenta. Okay. So let's get rid of our lime concrete pick block of magenta. The magenta will be in this corner. So this is actually just all part of an adventure map well, not really part of an adventure map I'm working on. This is more of like a side note of an adventure map I'm working on. I'm working on like Aztec Labs right now. And I wanted to kind of practice making mazes. This is just a very basic maze. I created it and I was all like, you know what? It's a very basic maze. I can create this in Minecraft. And it was very easy to create this little structure too. It's like I just kind of wanted to do this as a side project. Because of like the fill commands that are in like the Bedrock edition, all I need to do is just like type in like fill like dash or tilde 0 or whatever, like fill, and then like keep on like having the relative marks. I'm not really going. Now I'll give a demonstration. So all I need to do is just like that, and that means that it will be relative to my position. It will fill blocks from there to, let's say, a plane of maybe like, I don't know, I'm just going to make a small little thing. Just a small little plane of cobblestone. In there. Then it just fills in a couple of blocks of cobblestone right there. And that was just how I was able to create like this whole entire roof. I was able to create like the giant iron block structures, all of that stuff. And yeah, it's really easy to get rid of this too. I could just also use a fill command with air, but I think it's actually faster just to break 100 pieces of cobblestone than to use those commands. Yeah, man, there's just a lot of grass in this area. My render distance is turned up really high because there's actually a really good computer. It's able to like go up to 56 chunks, I believe. But it's also able to just load it because there's literally nothing out in the horizon. It's really interesting, the super flat. But yeah, what we're going to do. We're going to do the magenta. I just rambled on about like why we were building this. So, okay, let's go to the other side. And we will do exactly what we do with that. Kind of poke through the wall a little bit. Boom. And that way we can have the redstone kind of inch its way through. I'm also not sure if I'm going to get interrupted in the middle of this live stream. It really is a weird time to do this live stream. It's just Tuesday. And really some people might end up coming home any second and kind of mess up my recording because my dog kind of goes crazy when people end up coming to my house. But yeah, we'll have to see. I just am very intent on getting this here all worked out. So by default, this thing is supposed to be up, right? Yep, that's actually exactly the redstone it needs to be. And then this one over here needs to have it default down. So technically, if I don't link up any redstone to it, that's actually how it's going to end up being. So what you need to do is you need to like not have this pulled down. You'd go through here, you'd pull this one down, and then these ones would actually switch on you. You'd be able to go into this, grab some like treasure chest or whatever that's going to be there, and then continue on your merry way. You'd like pull down this lever again so you could actually continue on throughout the maze. And later on here, this is also going to be a magenta thing that you'll need to get, because over here is going to be a yellow lever that you'll need to continue on and use later. So let's just place this down here now so that we can mark this spot for later. Because the magenta one will need to be pulled down. You need to do it in a certain order to make it work. So there we go. This will be here. I almost feel like I should just place down all of these bits here and like see if I can link them up later. I feel like that'll actually be a really good idea. So over here is a dark green. I just kind of like this idea of a maze. It is just like an idea I came up with, and I'm following through with it. I think it will be really fun to play in the end. It's like, of course, if you know your way around, it's not as fun. But if you just do a download or something, like maybe you skip watching this live stream, or you can keep on watching this live stream and like see all the little secret like puzzles and stuff that you need to do. But it's like I'll leave a link download in the description once this thing is done. We'll see when it actually gets done. I might actually even finish it after the live stream's like completed, but it just interests me, this whole entire redstone concept. I think it'll be very interesting to play through in the end. So let's place all those there. Place those all there. I'm trying to look for all of the various places in which we need the walls. Okay, so here is yellow. So let's grab yellow. Grab yellow. There we go. Wait, where are these two next to each other? This one's yellow. I know that. The other one's cyan. Oh, just I need the cyan though. I was about to like place them down, but it's like, nah, I definitely need. Or is it blue? Nah, it's cyan. It's just that the cyan lever is actually really far away. It's like over there, I think. You have to like really backtrack to be able to get this secret chest here. If this was an actual adventure map, it would probably hide secret amazing items inside, but in this case, it's not going to. It's just going to have like a scoring system. Maybe like you find diamonds in each chest, like different chests have different diamond values. And once you complete the map, then it's like diamonds are your score. This was a really rushed idea. It's like, this was just a map that wasn't good enough to go into the actual adventure map, but I wanted to build it anyway. So that's pretty much just what I'm building right now. So anyway, this will be yellow. Build, build, build. So, anyone else watching the live stream? Oh, really jerked my hand right there. So, one watching now. Okay. Still no one really. That's all. That's fine by me. As long as people watch it on the Behind the Frontline channel, I'm all right. I might even like leave a link in the Twitch description to my various channels, mainly my gaming and my live stream channel that I'm going to actually upload all these live streams to. I only just started live streaming recently, and I kind of want to live stream more in the future, but I normally don't have too much time for it. Honestly, even live streaming now almost seems like I'm doing too much. But yeah, anyway. Let's see. I'm trying to like look at all the different paths. For now, I feel like we should just link. Nah, we'll do all these. So over here, what is this one? What is this one? So over here, cyan. This one's cyan. So I already have cyan on my hotbar, so that's pretty good. I gotta look at like all the cyan ones and just do those right now so that I don't forget about them. Don't you forget about cyan. I'm pretty sure this one's cyan too. This is the last cyan. Got those. What are the other colors? We've got lime green. Lime green isn't too important. That's just like one of the gag ones at the end. Well, not gag, but it's one of the interesting ones at the end. It's more of it's only there at the end of the maze just so that you're not able to actually go back into the maze after you've completed it. It's just one of those like, oh, once you go through the green, you have to start all over again. And that'll make more sense later. I don't want to exactly explain it right now. Maybe I'll even do the redstone now just so that I don't have to hint back at later. But heck, if you just stick around for the rest of the video, maybe you'd be able to actually see what I mean. Because the lime green really was an interesting concept. It was just one of those things that I was all like, huh, how do you actually pull down the lever and get through these both? You don't, because it's not a lever. So, okay, what's the other ones? Blue. We need blue around somewhere here. Blue. What is this one? Even I'm kind of like struggling to figure out what all these are. Oh, this one's green too. Oh, why am I greens? Why? I don't know why the greens just disappear, or why the blocks disappear from your hotbar whenever you try and do them. Oh, and I hear my dog barking right now. More people are coming home. But anyway, I've got a green section right there. Blue over here. Let's try it. Blue. And was there another blue? There's another blue over here. I gotta fill this blue in so I don't forget about it though. Blue over here. I'm just marking all these underneath so I don't forget what they are. It's less so that I can actually place a block next to them, because I probably could have placed the piston against this block right over here, but then I wouldn't have known underneath what it is. Do I have any left? Any left? Are any of them left in the ground? I don't see any holes in the ground, so we're probably already finished. Alright. I also realized that right now we're not even that close to being finished, because we still need to link a bunch of them up. And we haven't even made all the levers yet. Or the walls. The walls are also probably another important component. What happens if we boom, chaka-laka-laka-laka. Redstone torch. There we go. Haha. Oh wait, why am I doing that? I hate some of the glitches in. Where'd my torch go? Okay, there my torch go. There my torch go. Because the double block placement glitch is one of the ones that is probably there just because it was requested by console players who I am a console player, but I also realized that some of the features that were requested by us didn't get implemented correctly, especially how whenever you're placing in creative, it's a little bit better. It's you do actually have the block placement match your speed, but then when you're only destroying or whenever you're only placing a certain amount of blocks, especially when you're in survival, it's sometimes it just creates a bunch of blocks that you don't really want to be there just because you're moving around a little. And especially in survival, you don't want your block placement to be that fast. But yeah, let me get rid of all those. Okay, this one also needs to be done. Once we get all these done, honestly, the redstone's pretty simple. It really is just linking them together. It's a lot of my redstone for the Maze 2.0 I created that I'm going to do when I stream Aztec Labs a little bit more. My test stream, I think, was over Aztec Labs. But if we... Ooh. Is that all of them? Yeah. So, yeah, once I actually start streaming more of the adventure map, then we'll be able to I'll be able to show exactly what I do with that. It's I think that the Aztec Labs adventure map is definitely one of my more proud projects. I've been working on it for a really long time now and haven't really seen much progress on it. Is that correct? That is not correct. I mean, it is correct, but it's not actually in intended behavior. So I can link this around here. And then down here, instead of that, I will have a redstone torch. That way it's the signal, if it's on, then these ones turn off, because by default, this one is supposed to be down. Wait, no, that's not right. By default, this is supposed to be up. So that was correct before. Okay. I didn't realize that. I gotta look at this it's off somehow. Oh, I didn't even mark these ones. I thought I was done, but apparently not. Okay, so yeah, most of this puzzle is just levers. Well, all of this puzzle is levers. My future maps actually incorporate other kinds of puzzles, instead of just having to deal with pulling down levers and going about the map. It's also backtracking, making sure that you actually have the right ones pulled down. It uses parkour challenges incorporated into the maze as well, Why did I have redstone placed down here? I need torches. So, by default, this one is down. So what we need to do is, once this thing runs out of juice, right there, we're going to have a torch, and then boom. No, that's not right. Is it right? That can't be right. By default, oh yes, it is right, because, yeah, by default, it's supposed to be down, and right now, because the lever is pulled, it is up. So let's actually unpull these levers so that we can actually look at this thing correctly. So by default, this one's up, yes, this one's down, this one's also supposed to be down, this one's supposed to be up. Good, that all works. And now this one here is supposed to be the way it is. So we technically need, I'm just going to use this for now. I'm going to like extend this signal. Man. So I'm going to extend this signal, going to have to go down a little bit so that we don't intercept the other redstone. But go over here. Boom. That should work. Because then we'll be able to have the repeaters and the dust. It'll just run right into that. And that should work. Okay. So a lot of this redstone that I'm trying to do is just a matter of making sure that the signal's correct, making sure that everything will work as the maze intends it to. Because if it doesn't work the way the maze intends it to, then it's going to be a really lame maze. And in some cases, if I don't do it correctly, you actually can get stuck in the maze. And I don't want people to get stuck in the maze. Being stuck in the maze is not a very good thing to be. Alright, now we can invert the signal. Yep, that'll work. Because right now, that torch is off, and those blocks are up. Yep, that is what I wanted. Okay. So now we gotta do a bypass. This is the problem with this maze, is that the second one I created actually works better because the walls are thicker. This one, the walls are all like 1 block thick, so I have to do a workaround where I actually move the wall a little bit further forward so that then I can fit a redstone lamp and the specific color I need. So what color do I need? I want to actually be able to break this away so I can go down. I need yellow. Boom. So this is where the yellow lever is going to be. Boom. And that does that. I'm going to have this on for now so I can actually see what I'm doing. That way. Boom. 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 Technically don't need that because that will be a little bit lower. Where does the yellow link up? Yellow only links up there? Is that literally the only one it needs to link up to? If that's the case, that shouldn't be that hard, to be fair. Man, broke away like the block I needed. So I can do that, do that, do that. And I will literally make this thing go along the ground here so that it can work its way over there. Where is the green one? I need to actually look at where the green lever is because that one also needs to connect. And yeah, that should work out. I think I'll lay that. You know, I'm just going to make the yellow go around because that will actually make things a lot easier. I will make the yellow go around this way. I'm going to pick that block. I like pick block. Pick block actually makes my life very much easier. I'm going to go from here. Because I'm still using my Elite controller. It's like I even reconfigured it so that it works well with the new version of Minecraft. Like I can even like use my paddles to make it so that I can like both squat and go up into the air. So like if I wanted to place a block next to this repeater, like normally I would move this back to change the ticks, but if I do this, then I can place blocks next to it without even like batting an eye. It just works a lot better that way, which is something I really wish they would have done with the old console Minecraft, but yeah, that version's not going to get updates anymore, so this is what I'm doing now. Man, seriously. So I still prefer building on the other version just because it's so much more user-friendly, but I mean, I'm building my adventure map on that version, but this version doesn't need to be built, or this maze doesn't need to be built on the standard console version of the game, and I kind of wanted to experiment with actually building within the Bedrock engine. And it's nice. It's very relaxing. Yeah, I can't get through. Can you get through? Wonder if I can place blocks there. I can do that. Can do that. And there, boom. Now I can actually see why I can place through up here, which I think is here. Boom. That almost works. So we'll do boom. Is that supposed to be by default down? No, it is not. So instead of a repeater, we are actually going to have a block here with a lever. So yeah, now it's default up. That's how you can also like use a repeater, by the way. You just like invert the signal. You can do that twice, and that way it will just make your redstone keep on continuing without having to use a repeater. I think this was how they used repeaters back in the day. Like back before repeaters existed, which is hard to think of. I think that was like years ago, but yeah, now there's a lot more options in the game. Okay, cyan. That button's all the way over there. Oh, wait a minute. I think, yeah, so it's supposed to be by default. It's supposed to be by default up, but because the lever is pulled, that technically means that there actually should be a P here. So my fault. Okay, that's good. So that means that if we unpull this lever, yep, that goes. Okay. It's a lot of redstone, but it's honestly simple if you actually know what you're doing. And because I have the map right in front of me, I especially know what I'm doing. And I'm also glad that I actually laid out the maze before I even started recording, to be fair. It is honestly a really, really relaxing experience. So, green. Should we do green next? I mean, green's the next button you encounter, I believe. So, I don't see any reason not to do green. No, blue. We need to do blue. I don't know which one to do. I mean, blue is technically the next one you're supposed to encounter, but blue's also a trap. Yeah, blue's a trap because if you pull down the blue lever, which is right here, if you pull down this lever, it actually makes it so that you can't access the green lever, and the whole entire point of this one is that place those wrong way around. Yeah, no, I didn't. What am I thinking? Okay, wait. I gotta look at these. I'm confusing myself. So, the whole entire thing with this blue lever, I'm going to check, is that if you pull it down, that's actually a trap. You're supposed to check in front, because these ones, both of them, are by default down. If you pull the lever, you actually trap yourself out of getting to this green lever right here, which I'm actually going to mark down before I forget. It's going to have the lamp here, and I don't actually have a green block on me, do I? Nope, I don't. I will deal with that after I grab this green block. There we go. I like how I have all the green blocks in front of me, so that's very easy to deal with. There we go. And then do that. Boom. So that way we are able to have redstone kind of go down. Link to both green ones that are over here. But first we're going to do the blue, wherever the blue is. I realized that I actually did the green before I did the blue. Let's do the blue now. So, any of you guys have a good weekend at all? I mean, I know it's Tuesday, but that doesn't mean we can't talk about the weekend. Weekend is still a pretty good thing. I was off traveling. I had to do a giant car ride, which I guess wasn't that fun, but it was alright. I drove like 13 hours, well, 26 hours total, I guess. But yeah, it was just quite the experience. Let's see here. If I do this, that makes it so the blues will all be connected here. And then it's literally just going to be a line. I think I'm just going to have it connected this way. Or, well, it's probably going to need to be connected a little bit further over. So I'm going to actually rebuild that. I thought it would line up a little better. That way, the line of redstone will be here. All it needs to do is just connect all the way through. Why isn't redstone placed fast? It's like every other block is placed fast, but redstone, like, you can't just go across and place it all. Yeah, you placed all the repeaters. Oh, that also kind of runs into the problem of the green. It won't be that big of a deal, honestly. I can probably just work around it this way. But yeah, the blue will just be able to connect that way to both of them. By default, they will be down, so we need to actually have an inverter here somewhere. We will have to decide where eventually. We will also have to work around the actual cyan because I feel like that will be in the way later. So yeah, I feel like this will be a good place to do it. Just right along the side of it. It will link here. Yep. Perfect. Let's place down all the redstone just to make sure. Okay. On the blue, it's really easy to tell what redstone's lit up and which one's not, honestly. Or maybe I've just gotten used to it now. I'm not exactly 100% sure. So what we need to do... We'll need to invert the signal immediately after we actually get this whole entire thing through. So, boom. That'll get through. And then this will get through. We'll place it a little bit. Now, place it somewhere around here, I guess. It'll probably be alright, because then we'll actually be able to guarantee that it will be alright. So if we do this, there. If we have the lever unpulled, both the blues are down. If we pull this actually down, both blues are up. That is perfect. That is actually exactly what I wanted. All this redstone is working first try. It's like, I guess it's not that complex redstone, but it really is kind of, it's a doozy. It takes still quite a bit of brain power to realize, oh yeah, okay, let's have the different chains connect here and have them all link together. I mean, there's already a bunch of different like bits and pieces that are all working around here. It's like I'm glad that I was able to have some foresight and tunnel down to have this whole entire redstone arena. Because otherwise this whole entire thing would just have been impossible to build. So, and have it all color coded. If it wasn't color coded, I don't think this would have even been even a probability. Okay. We have one green there, one green there. I'm pretty sure those are the only two main greens. So let's have this one here. Connect this way. Boom. And then it will kind of zigzag, or it can go underneath. It can probably go underneath. I think that'll be easier. It will go underneath all of this. Boom, boom, and place all those. Okay. So if we run a signal into here, that'll work. Or it should work anyway. I think that's the right height anyway. So we do that. Do that. Bam. There we go. These will be connected. It'll be amazing. So anyway. I like Taco Bell. Taco Bell is honestly a pretty good restaurant. Is this how it's supposed to be? I gotta look at the map. So, by default, it's supposed to be up. I believe that is correct. Technically, both of them are supposed to be default up, so I'm pretty sure that if I just connect the redstone up, it'll all work. So, I actually had Taco Bell for lunch today. It was pretty good. It's okay. I really like the smother burrito, even though it's kind of like a secret menu item. It's like, because it's not on the menu anymore, but it's like, it's definitely a good find. I really enjoy having that kind of an experience. It feels a little bit more civilized than most of the things that you'd find at Taco Bell. Some people don't like Taco Bell, and that's just what they think. It's like, I will admit that it is maybe not genuine Mexican food, but just because it's not genuine doesn't mean it's not bad. That's just my opinion on things. It's like, there are some things that do need to be genuine. It's like personalities, handshakes, other things, food. I mean, yeah, that's a whole entire debate. Only some food needs to be genuine. Anyway, I'm completely distracting myself. Where is the... Okay, I already did the green button. I did the yellow button. I can probably unflick this lever. That'll bring both of those up as they are. Yep, that works. So, what's the next button I need to do? I think cyan and lime green are the only two that I haven't done yet. Where is the cyan button? Cyan button is supposed to be right here. Literally right next to the yellow, but there's also going to be a wall in the way here, so you don't know that. I don't know why I'm filling all this in right now. If we just put this whole entire barrier here, I'm going to have to pick block, cyan concrete. that. Redstone lamp. Lever. Pull down that. This carpet is just so convincingly to me like wool. It's like all of it underneath has like sea lanterns to it, so that actually like makes this whole entire place lit up, especially from like the underneath as well. It's like that way I don't need like night vision all the time. But it's just that yeah, some of it's a little bit dark, especially kind of near the bottom, but yeah, it's nice. I kind of like it. Definitely in the maze is where you see it the most. It's like it kind of needs to be bright, otherwise it'd be very much dingy and evil. So that's just one of the artistic liberties I took in creating this one. It's my adventure map Aztec Labs is definitely a lot more dingy and dark, so you wouldn't have a whole entire layer filled with prismarine or sea lanterns. I don't know why I like to call them prismarine. It's like they're completely made out of prismarine, but for some reason they're called sea lanterns in the game. So that's just something weird. If we do this, boom, 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 boom. There we go. And this one will be the same direction. Honestly, the last two will be very easy to implement, just because although there's like a lot of other redstone kind of intermingling in all these places, it's still kind of easy to work around it. There's a lot of space down here, especially in this area. I'll just like move over the cyan that needs to go over here. I'll probably split these two streams. So yeah, that'll be there. That can go there. There, 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 there. Do those need to be default down or default up? These need to be default down. Right now they are down, meaning they need to be default up. Much logic. So yeah, now they're default, or now they're not, or I can't get my words right. So they are up. They are not to default up. It's just that because the lever is pulled down, that's what makes them go up. And now we can have a repeater there. And we can actually have this run into there and it'll be completely all right. The signal doesn't need to be inverted again. It just needs to be ran into here. Maybe give another repeater for support. But that's it. Because that one's by default up and now it is down because the lever is pulled. Okay, there we go. And now we need to do a similar thing over here. This one is also going to be default up, meaning that if we do this correctly, it will be down by the time we put all the redstone together. We are actually almost done with the redstone. All I need to do is just this little bit of cyan, and then we will have a, we'll only have the lime green to do. How long have we been streaming? We've been streaming for, I don't know. I don't know if it really matters, to be fair. We've been streaming for a fair while. That's just what I'm going to say. It's almost been an hour. Honestly, I was kind of planning for an hour-long stream, and I think we're just going to try to continue until we complete this maze, if we can. Unless I need to leave. But we'll see. There we go. Let's place down the repeaters now. So anyway, what was I talking about? Taco Bell? I think I've exhausted my thoughts about Taco Bell, honestly. So, in the future, I do want to do live streams on my new adventure map. You have seen a sneak preview of it. Aztec Labs, I was actually going to make a video about the bugs that were present in the Bedrock edition just because of how many problems I had when I was trying to record Aztec Labs. That video kind of went into it was kind of like took me a while to make that video, and by the time I was done, wait a minute, I don't need to do all this. Why am I breaking so much? I don't need to do this because this is at the edge of the map. When it's at the edge of the map, all I need to do is just have a thing on the wall. So let's have the concrete, the lamp, but let's actually have a button. And I believe that's the wooden one. There we go. There's also lots of weird glitches. I'm pretty sure that's the wooden one. It's very hard to tell on this edition. All right, there we go. So then, coming down from here, I'm honestly just going to also have a like temporary little block structure here just so that we can actually tell when it gets lit up. So now we know that it's lit up right now. I almost feel like the redstone should go the other way. Let's make it go the other way. There. That way we have a little bit more room. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. So, I need to go like all the way around. I don't want to break like holes in the wall, except for like down here where the actual entrance is. Just because I think it's a lot more neater to leave it like this. Alright. Both of these can probably be faced head on. Place down them like this. I don't have my repeaters or any of that on me right now. Why did I do that? I always do that. Okay. I always like move the repeater back one for some strange, bizarre reason out. It's just hard to control this game somewhat. It's like one of the main problems is that you don't have a set speed that you travel at. It's like when you move forward, you start slow and then you start accelerating. Like you can definitely like see it. It's like you don't immediately go to your top speed initially. So it's kind of hard to control yourself a little bit. Like when you're sprinting around, you kind of like can bump into the walls easily, and you have to slow down when you like switch directions. It's like it's a lot more controlled in the other edition of the game. That's just like one of my thoughts. I don't need to do that. To do that, all of them get lit up. That is actually perfect. That means I can do that. And I mean, I can technically like wait until I actually need a repeater, which will probably actually be this bit right here. Yeah, just judging by it. Oh wait, what setting does this need to be on by default? This one, I think, needs to be open by default. So right now, it is closed by default. We need it to be open. So yeah, now it's closed because of that. And then repeater. Do that. And that should make things all better. That should honestly like fix our redstone situation like pretty much this whole entire way out now. There we go. I'm pretty sure that's all the redstone we need. And I also realized that we need to get rid of this thing here. There we go. So now, if we hit the button, they switch. Whoosh, whoosh. There. Haha. Now you may be thinking, why a button? Why not another lever? Well, what we are actually going to do is we are going to have a small hole here that you need to shoot a bow through to be able to hit that. Somewhere in this maze, I've actually got to figure out where I'm going to hide this chest, but somewhere in this maze is going to be a bow and a couple of arrows. And that way you'd actually like require that item to be able to shoot through the hole and eventually get through the maze. So, interesting addition. And I think it'll end up being pretty good. Now the main things we gotta do is we gotta fill these holes. Or yeah, fill these walls anyway, I mean. Not really. I mean they are holes, but they're not quite the typical holes that you'd think of. In these gaps, it's like you may be thinking, or you may have thought, like, oh, you can obviously like walk through here. It's like the ceiling is going to be low enough that you can only walk through them when these blocks are retracted. So, although you can see to the other side, which I can't really help too much, it's like I feel like this is the best way to do the redstone without making it too complex and like bulky. Because I don't want my redstone to be too bulky, but at the same time I also want it to function. And I think it functions well enough that I don't need to worry about any of the having it look different. So anyway, I'm pretty sure this will take almost no time at all just to place down all these blocks. I mean, I'm pretty sure I tested everything. I'm pretty sure. I think everything is down now. This one's still not the way around. Although this one does work. That is the intended behavior. So all of these have been tested. I'm going to close my plans for the actual maze, just because now it's built. We'll have to test it. But yeah, it is actually done now. Redstone maze completed. Very simple build. So like, this is a kind of a concept I'm not sure. Well, it's probably been done before, but I kind of like making it a little bit more complex and having it be tailored to my needs. And I don't like when mazes use command blocks either. It's like, yeah. I just like simple, good old redstone. And I might use command blocks in the future. Adventure maps, honestly, I feel like they could benefit with command blocks. It's not like I'm ruling them out completely in the future. It's just that I wouldn't necessarily deal with them too much for my current purposes right now. I doubt I'd be able to use them that much anyway in this kind of a maze. But there are a lot of game rules. There's just, I've gone through like some of the commands and it's like there's just really interesting ones that half of me thinks I will never use this and half of me thinks I might actually like be able to apply this somehow in a map. I don't know how. Like replacing an item in somebody's inventory or whatever. Like maybe your items get cursed if you like go into a certain room and like all your diamonds turn into like gravel. That'd actually be really funny. But all your diamonds turn to gravel. But anyway, I like getting sidetracked. It's just that like the things like that, it'd be cool, but I have to find out like what's the good story circumstance, like why would that be intended behavior? What exactly causes that certain thing to happen? Because I believe the priorities of an adventure map are like number one, story. Story should always be your main priority. Number two, playability and fun. Fun factor. That's kind of I don't know any other way to describe it. It's like there should also be some sort of replayability to the map, like being able to just kind of keep going through it. Like it just was such a good experience that you might actually like want to go through the whole entire thing again. Like look back at the story, be all like, oh wow, it's like this is all unfolding, and like these are actually really kind of fun puzzles to go through the first time. I might want to go through this redstone maze again, see if I can get more chests, you know. That's just kind of the thing. It's like I want to add so much to the map that you have no choice but to go back through it again and see, okay, what did I miss? What are the things that like I didn't actually get to see the first time I played through this map? Because I've already like made so many like secrets in Aztec Labs. I haven't even like gone through half of the map yet. I'm not even halfway done through the map yet. And I've done like so many things I've probably forgotten like some of the chest locations. Like I can't say that I've missed like more than, I know at least 75% of the chest locations. That is the extent of my knowledge. I'm pretty sure I know that many. In the future, I'll probably be able to hide them even better. But it's just interesting. I used to always be a survival player. I used to always want to play Minecraft survival, not care at all about creative mode. And here I am, almost only playing on creative mode to make these maps and create these redstone puzzles, because this is just, it's an interesting experience. It's like I like being able to go into adventure mode and play through these once I get into survival mode. It's not like I need to start off on survival mode and make these maps the old-fashioned way, you know, like how they used to do Spleef. Spleef used to be like one of those kinds of mini games that was really hard to do, that you had to play survival Minecraft for a while, gather a bunch of snow, like get like stone shovels, maybe iron, if I don't know, I think stone would be all right, but you'd still have to get lots of shovels and reset the map every time you do it, gather bunches of lava so that whenever you fall into the map you'd be eliminated. It's like I really like those not adventure maps, but I really like that whole entire experience of like, oh, I created this in survival mode, I didn't use creative. But I also kind of like the challenge of, hey, you have everything in this game, what's the limit of things you can do? Because creative mode, while it is slightly cheating, I'll admit, it's not the type of game that I was initially interested in. It is still one of those things that just catches your attention. Like, I can do a bunch in creative mode. And how much can I do? Is this possible in survival? And a lot of it is. Some people actually tackle like creating an adventure map in survival mode, like replicating various machines that would take currency and be able to trade with like villagers or other players or something like that. There's just no real limit to this game that I can see right now. Anyway, I haven't really commented on my skin yet. I mean, it's an interesting skin. It's I'm on the Windows 10 edition, by the way. Well, of course you can tell because I am playing on Windows 10. But it's like I haven't really shown off my skin very much. Well, I haven't even shown it off at all. It's like it just has my shirt on it, like my Frontline logo. I like it, but it's like the face I might change, and the pants. The pants was more of like a. I couldn't do shorts. I always wear shorts. I really enjoy shorts. I actually almost never wear pants. This was more of like an experiment of, yeah, hey, I want a custom skin. I don't have my actual skin on the game yet, so hey, this looks good. So I'll stick with it. My Spartan logo looks so weird. It's so, it has such character. It really does kind of look like my logo, just because I really tried for probably over an hour to actually get the dimensions right. But Yeah, it was an interesting bit. The face, the face was rushed. I I don't know if I'll change it. I like it. I like the character to it. All right, we're actually almost done with this. I only just realized we're actually not almost done with this because we need to add the score chests. There are actually a bunch of score chests that you need to get, and the bow and arrow that actually allow you to complete the map. So, oops, I just created like a bunch of these walls, and I realized that I'm probably going to have to break through a lot of them just to be able to place down what I need to place down. On the bright side, I think I completed it. Because if we go through here, there's supposed to be a chest right there. Half of me thinks that we should have that one actually be the main resources, but half of me thinks no. Or, why did I do that? Okay. I'm going to collect these, and I'm actually going to reopen the map and see where the chests are that I need to place down. And maybe even grab some items. Let's like grab, I don't want wooden buttons. Why do I keep, okay. Or those are stone buttons, but anyway. Oh, I just realized that that was just on the screen for like the longest amount of time. I did not mean to do that. I actually wasn't even like caring about what was on the screen for like the longest time there. I mean, it's not the worst word in the world, but it was just funny. Anyway, let's see here. What was I after? I was after chest. So, normal chest. I want diamond. After a bunch of those. And then I want a bow. And arrows. That way I can place down all sorts of stuff. So where's the first chest? The first chest is in here. I will break through this. I might even like replace these just so that it doesn't look too weird. Boom. Got that. And I'll place down 2 diamonds. We'll have to like ration these out to which chests actually deserve it more. Another chest. Where is the next chest? I will have to see. I actually never built this wall. As we go through here, I guess we'll be able to see what we actually completed and what we didn't. Is there one here? No, that's the button. Is the green? Yes, the green is a chest. I actually might make one of the greens, like the necessary ones, because the greens actually, I think only... No, they don't. They actually also lead to other areas. What if I... I might put it in here. Why not? Maybe I'll put the bow in here. I'll put the arrows in a different chest. I think that's a good idea. How about let's place down a couple diamonds too. Boom. Well, why has it placed down multiple? I only wanted 2 in there. Let's place one down here as well. There. There we go. I want to get through. There we go. There. Where's the other chest? Another chest is literally out in the open. It is just over here. Some people won't look over here though. I'm just going to not place down any special items in here. I'm just going to place down a singular diamond. Because it takes literally no skill to get into there. I think the cyan's a special area as well. Yeah, it'll have a chest right here. I actually might make the arrows in this chest. There's not very many places that I could hide all the other stuff, so I'm just going to like have bunches of arrows. Yeah, that'll be all right. Honestly, if you can't hit the button with this many arrows, you're doing something wrong. So I don't feel bad for anyone who isn't able to complete the maze with that many arrows. Okay, chests. I placed down that one, I placed down that one. I've placed down 4 chests so far. I have 3 to go. So one of them is in the already open space of this blue. We will have this one as 2 diamonds. The other one will be in here, which needs a ceiling so that you can't walk through it all the time. I think it's over here. I'm looking at the map like on my device. Yes, it is right here. I will place it down here. I will have a white carpet here. I will have 1 diamond for this one because honestly, if you have the lever pulled, then you'd probably find the other chest. And now, I don't think I've broken any blocks past this point, but I'll do that. Then this little bit here also has a chest. I will make this one 2 diamonds as well. I feel like I should make more of the other hidden chests, like 3 diamonds. Some of these chests seem really easy, and yet they're still 2 diamonds. Are there any for the rest of the map? I think I've already done all of the chests. So, you know what? What we're going to do, actually, is that we're going to seal that up. We're going to backtrack. And we're going to go to the ones that are harder to get to and put more diamonds inside of them. So that one, not so much. This one I think has the arrows inside. Is anything around here? Yeah. That one had 2 in it. I don't know. I don't think any of these chests are worthy enough to have more diamonds in them. You know what? I'm just going to stick with that. Your score is your score. I think it's done. I think. That should be good. Now the only other thing to do is to make an obvious spawn point. I think. We'll have to see. I wonder if I could fill in an area here. So let's look at the coordinates. If I do negative, if I do negative that direction, positive that direction. How much this direction? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Okay, if I do 12. In the positive, fill 0, 0, 0, and then I forgot which one it was. I think in this direction it's supposed to be negative 20, 0, and then 12. I think. Well, I did it. Haha. I remembered exactly what I needed to remember. So that way, here's your spawn area. And now all I need to do is fill in walls. So, yeah. I guess there's nothing to it. Oh, what I fill in. Was this like 20 blocks? Did I make this 20? I think I made it 20. These commands I've gotten better at over time. I'm still not the best at it, but I believe I'm good. So, 20. I will have it be 4, because I think that's how tall it is. Then 0, because I only want it to be that line and not anything else. Wool. Did it work? I think it worked. Boom. I will do the same here. Boom. Fill 0, 0, 0. I don't know how to repeat a command, so that's the reason why I'm like doing this all over again. I memorized what it was though, so it's not like it's that hard for me to type it. It's like I'm a fast typer. And then this direction is the positive. Zero, 0, 0. Then we fill. Okay, what is this? So this is the positive direction. This is 12. Then 4. And then 0. And then wool. Dang it. I don't know what we filled. I think I used the wrong. Yeah, I accidentally filled it in with the other one. So now let's try it. Fill. And then this one's supposed to be 0. This one will be 4. This one will be 12. Wool. There we go. And this one, it'll be the same. All of them will be positive. So fill. Then, oh, I'm really trying to remember these. Okay, so this one's 20. 0, because we only want this layer. And then 12, wool. Actually, did we need a ceiling? I don't know if we need a ceiling. But that's alright. I don't think we need a ceiling. I actually genuinely don't think we need a ceiling. I would just remove the ceiling. I think the whole entire point was to have daylight seeping in. So like these, I could use a command to make it all air, but it really is a lot faster to do it this way. Boom, we do all this. Technically, we also set the world spawn point here. Some people might not actually spawn inside of the structure, so they'll have to teleport up here, but that's alright. I don't know. We will set this up for world download eventually. So, let's see here. I will be in the middle. Set world spawn. Now it is set to that location. That means if I die, well, let's actually see what happens if I die. Does it work in creative mode? I'm wondering if kill at self. Yeah, I need to be in survival. I genuinely was not expecting that fall to kill me. Okay, let's respawn. There we go. I actually spawned exactly in this location. That's interesting. I spawned exactly in that location without having to be anywhere else. So yeah, now we're able to go through the maze. Although we should really clear our inventory if we go into creative mode. Then we can boom. Close this. Close. We will. Let's actually exit the game even. We'll like copy the save over so that we can actually have one be playable, have one be the normal maze. So copy world, copy of maze. We'll have this one be called maze playable. I'm not sure if it's multiplayer. For some reason, it always likes to default to it being a multiplayer game. I don't know why. But anyway, it's peaceful. The default game mode is the adventure. let's activate cheats. It's supposed to be. I completely. Let's not show the coordinates anymore though. So, fire does not spread, TNT does not explode, mobs do not spawn, mob loot, mob griefing, tile drops, weather cycle. I think that is all good. That should be all good anyway. So boom. Alright, so we're in a copy of the world. Spawned here. We are, I mean, our default game mode is adventure, but for some reason we had it set to creative for a second there. So now we're not able to fly. We're just kind of running through the maze like we would. So what do we need to do? We need to go through here. I'm going to pull down this lever. If we had pulled down the red one beforehand, we actually would have been trapped inside of here. But yeah, now we're able to just kind of go in there. We're able to collect 2 diamonds. Go and pull this one down. Now we actually can't access that area, but we're able to continue on. Crouched. Okay, we will kind of continue on. Pull down this one because I don't think it's a trap. And then we pull down. No, that's a trap. That definitely is a trap. We're not supposed to pull down that one. Uno diamond in there. We will come back there. We will have to come back there to be able to actually complete the other puzzles. So I'll grab this one. 2 diamonds. That's pretty cool. So then if we pull down that one, that should have opened up an area over here. And I'm actually also going to pull down this one. So that then we can, instead of continuing on, we're actually going to backtrack. We're going to go back to those 2 locations. I think this is the most efficient way to do it. I designed the maze, so I should know. But at the same time, I've never actually played through this maze. I've only just looked at the theory of it. Looked at the maze of on my screen here, just digitally. So 13 arrows. Apparently I gave myself an unlucky number of arrows, but that's all right. I keep crouching. I gotta stop doing that. Need to get a bow, a little bit more diamonds. I'm gonna place the arrows in my offhand. That way it feels more official. And then we're able to place the diamonds just over there. Hide that way. Boom. Huh. That's really weird. It's like there's no actual box that shows you how many arrows are in your offhand. It's like, I thought that would have been something that was in the game, but apparently you have to look in your inventory to see, oh yeah, I have 13 arrows there. There's no specific box for it. Oh yeah, we have to unpull this lever. And that way, you'll be able to get 2 diamonds. 2 extra score. That can pull itself back up, but then we're able to continue through. No chest over there. Is there supposed to be a chest over there? I'm actually going to look at the map again. Is there supposed to be a chest over there? No, there's not. Okay, that's good. What's over here? This is the last bit. So what we need to do is we shoot right there. Why didn't that work? Did it just not light up? Or... Okay, there it goes. It just didn't light up. I almost thought I hit it, but yeah, it didn't. But yeah, now we're able to finish the maze. And I also realized that we never actually made an exit. But yeah, that's pretty much the maze, how we do it. I will probably leave a link in the description to the finished product. The only thing I'm probably going to do is just tidy up the beginning exits, but that's really all. But yeah, that's really been all for me this time. I used 2 arrows. My score is 10. I think you can only get a score of 10, unless I miss some. But yeah, that has been all for me, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye. Now we go into the awkward part where actually... Oh, well, now we go into the awkward part where I go and end the stream. Stop